It is dawn, and a new day begins. Across the land, a wake-up call is heard, and in the towns and cities of America, entrepreneurs rise to the call. Time for new developments, new visions, new growth. It is time to move America forward.
Welcome to our series, Moving America Forward. Each week we'll be focusing on America's entrepreneurs as they take us to new roads, new opportunities, new ways to fill the gaps left by today's failing companies. Our series will be looking at that and a lot more. So come with me and watch as the entrepreneurs of our nation move into the future. I'm William Shatner, and you're watching Moving America Forward.
And I'm Doug Llewelyn here in our studios in Los Angeles with our guest, and I know you're going to find this segment very, very interesting indeed. Our guest is Dr. Ed Park, who is sitting here to my left. He is the clinical founder of Recharge Biomedical Clinic in Orange County, California. I would like to point out the fact that Dr. Park is a Harvard graduate. He has a bachelor's degree in biological anthropology. And he also has a medical degree from Columbia University, as well as a master's in public health, also from Columbia. So this gentleman has been extremely well educated, and what you're going to hear about right now is going to totally fascinate you. Doctor, before we get totally into this, a little while ago you had a chance to speak with William Shatner. You had a conversation with him, answered a couple of questions. Let's watch a brief portion of that and see how it went. Okay?
Sure.
Good to have you here. I'm very concerned about health care. The real issue is, how do we keep Americans healthy? And I understand that is one of your goals. So tell me, what are you doing to help us stay healthy? Any new procedures and developments that help people to live more productive lives and in so doing, move America forward?
Mr. Shatner, I'm a Harvard-trained MD who specializes in a new anti-aging field that we call telomerase activation. Now, the subject of telomerase activation won a Nobel Prize in Medicine in 2009, although most physicians haven't heard of it. So the mission of my practice is to get the word out so that we can prevent and we can reverse the effects of aging. And that, Mr. Shatner, is how we're helping to move America forward.
Well, that was really pretty fascinating. You have definitely whet my appetite because, as you pointed out to William Shatner, that you are specializing in a new anti-aging form of medicine, medical practice. I'd like you to really get into this and explain to me what it is. What were you talking about?
Well, there's a new technology based on Nobel Prize winning science, and it basically is going to change the way we think about medicine and about getting old. It's called telomerase activation. So basically, all our cells, all the diseases seem to be coming about because the chromosomes erode. They're like firecracker fuses. So what happens is as the cells divide, they get shorter, and if they get too short, then they get damaged. And that's where most of the diseases come from: high blood pressure, diabetes, everything, wrinkles, obesity.
So what is pronounce it again so we get it. Telomerase?
Well, there's two things. The end of every chromosome is protected by caps called telomeres.
Telomeres.
And there are special cells, you may have heard of them, stem cells.
Okay.
And those are like queen bees, and they use an enzyme. It's a little machine called telomerase.
Telomerase.
And what it does, like the old, the old label makers, the Dymo label makers or stock tickers, it prints out more of that protective cap, because the regular cells don't have that telomerase. And what we have is a natural, safe molecule that will give you really high activity in that regard.
So what effect does this have on aging? You're dealing with anti-aging. How does this impact the aging of the human body?
Right, well, the reason I got interested was because my father was quite ill, and so at 39 I was thinking, well, why do people get old? And if you do any kind of due diligence, which most of my early patients were scientists, engineers, you figure there's really only one good theory, and that's the shortening of the telomeres, and that was borne out by the 2009 Nobel Prize. So basically, we're just looking to protect the telomeres. If you let the telomeres erode, there's about 15,000 studies in the literature showing it's associated with every cancer, every disease. So we're looking at a real shift in the paradigm. Usually people think of diseases as, you know, something that you cure with a medicine.
Right.
But really, I think of disease and aging more like having a car. If you drove a car, I don't care how good it is, to 1,000,000 miles, you're going to replace every organ. And so what we're seeing is that medicine is really unable to prevent. But with this, you know, your body's naturally trying to heal anyway. And when you take this telomerase activator, you get like 3 or 4 times the healing. So you get caught up and then some. So the things we're seeing is really getting younger.
So this activator you're talking about actually comes in a bottle. It's a pill.
Yes.
That you take.
Uh-huh.
And what does the pill, what is it doing when you take the body? It's,
Right.
it's TA-165.
T65.
T65.
Well, it's interesting. There's a $500 million biotech company in Menlo Park called Geron,
Yes.
and they're the leaders in this whole field for decades. And they went through libraries of molecules to see if there was anything that would turn up the telomerase activity. And they found it in 2002. In 2005, people started testing it. And then in 2007, they offered it to the public. And because I'd already known that there was such a thing, and I looked at the safety data, I decided to try it because the proof of the pudding is in the eating.
Right.
So I was patient, I think, 19 to try it. And it just really changed my life in a lot of ways. It made,
Big impact.
Yeah, I lost 20 pounds in 3 months without any diet or exercise. But yeah, I kept it quiet. But then gradually, people were asking me, "What are you taking?" And it's usually a rhetorical question. Well, you look
Right,
good. What are you
right,
taking?
right.
But some of them actually were brave enough to try it too, and the results were even better for them because some of them were older. So
Let's look at some of the pictures
Sure.
you have on your computer and explain to me the impact that this has, you know, and what we're actually looking at. See if those pictures pop up again here. All right, there we're. What is this?
okay, well, this is kind of a schematic of the ends of a chromosome. And it's got that little paperclip thing on the right. It's literally, it looks like a paperclip. The DNA folds in on itself. This is a picture of chromosomes. So as you remember, you know, you get one from mom and one from dad, and that's how they should pair up. Here's from cancer. This is a lung cancer. And you see how there's not pairs, there's 3s, there's 1s, there's missing.
Right.
And what's more interesting is see the little different colored bands?
Yeah.
They should be one color. So when you see a yellow, that means that at some point the telomere got so short in that chromosome that the cell recognized it as naked and attached it where it didn't belong. And as a result, when the cells separate, you get them all torn apart. So you got 2 things happening. There's one is every time a cell divides, like chopping scallions, the tips of these protective ends shortens.
Okay.
But then that's not a factor for regular cells, but the queen bees are a stem cell. So a queen bee, actually in a real honeybee hive, will live 5 years, but the drone will live like 2 months. Same thing with our cells. Our regular cells will live short time because the telomeres are shortening, but the queen bee has the telomerase activity. And so when we take this TA65, it allows the queen to stay healthier, to protect herself.
Okay.
Yeah, but in some cases, actually, we think, like for my fat to disappear, I think what happened was, like an old stripped screw, it basically killed off the dysfunctional fat stem cells. So
Yeah.
once those are gone, new ones come in and replace. And that's the kind of healing and repair that we're seeing just anecdotally, but with people's vision, their blood pressure, diabetes. It's not a cure, it's not FDA approved for those
Right,
things.
right.
But if you go to my website at rechargebiomedical.com, see like amazing videos and people talking about just their cases. And it's really, I think it's going to change the way we live.
Right, you can close that
Yeah.
laptop now. But this is really, it's a natural substance,
Oh, yeah.
isn't it?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's not really medicine you're taking. It's
Right, it's
totally
a
natural.
nutraceutical, right.
Yeah.
So people have been taking this in China for 2,000 years. But mind you, it's much more concentrated than you could ever get from your herbalist. One person's supply for a year is like 1,000 pounds of root. So you're not going to get that from just a powder or tea. Yeah.
So what is the procedure? You take these are pills. You take 1, 2, 3 pills? It's whatever does it matter how many pills you take a day?
The more the better. They're quite expensive, but then it's expensive to extract. So hopefully the price will be coming down. But
you do a test though first.
Yes.
The very first steps are tests that you run,
That's
right?
right. Mm-hmm.
What are those? What are you determining from the tests?
Well, the change is so subtle that it's hard to know that it's working. I mean, you feel good, your sleep is better, the energy. So what we like to do is present people with a number and say, this is how good your lungs were, Doug, on this day. This is how soft your arteries were. Your vision was this, precisely measured, not with the old E-chart, but we have special equipment. Your brain, your memory, your reflexes, your skin thickness, we give you numbers. And then every 3 months you come back and it's a complimentary, albeit concierge service. We'll give you the numbers. So you can say, yeah, this is how much younger I've gotten as a result.
So you're really testing to see where they are at what point physically when they start. It's like going on a diet. How much do you weigh in the beginning of the diet? 2 weeks later or 2 months to check how much weight you've lost.
Exactly.
You're checking the condition of the body.
That's right. Because
thickness of skin. I mean, you really get very detailed.
Oh yeah. These are all things that aging will cause damage to. So if we can document the reversal of that, that means you're getting younger for all intents and purposes.
That's really pretty doggone amazing. What attracted your interest to this to begin with? Because you remember?
Well, I just didn't want to get old and die.
Well, nobody does.
Well, there you go. So yeah, when my father was really ill with brain cancer, you just Google aging, and anybody that Googles aging will find out this is the one good theory now that's outlasted all the others.
And the patients you've had that have come to you to get into this, they notice an impact, right? No question?
Right away, after the first night.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
And you were talking the dreams, they start dreaming if they hadn't dreamed before?
Right, yeah.
They lose weight?
Can. Now,
not mandatory, but they can.
Well, it depends. Somebody asked me today in an email, will I gain weight? And I said, well, if it's healthier and younger for you to gain weight, then yes.
I don't mean gain weight, lose weight, though.
Well, again, yeah, whatever's younger for you. So if you're a 90-year-old person who's 90 pounds, then you will gain weight because that's younger and healthier for you. So it's very particular to the person, but it has no effect by itself. It's really just helping your own stem cells do what they're trying to do every night. And interestingly, the studies are showing that when you eat well, you exercise, like people like Llewelyn, their telomerase activity is naturally very high. And that's what keeps people living long to 100. That's what keeps trees can live 5,000 years with a high telomerase activity.
So I think the thing to point out, because we're running out of time, is that patients obtain this from you.
Yes.
And if they want information or how to get this, where do they go?
They can call or email, but I think the best thing is to go to our website, rechargebiomedical.com, and then just watch the videos. There's a bunch of videos on a wide variety of topics: back pain, sleep, sexual function, depression. And I think they'll get a feel for what we're talking about and some really good human voices, real life cases.
Doctor, this has been fascinating, to say the least.
Thank
I am sure a lot of folks who see this are going to go to your website right away. So, thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, Doug.
I'm William Shatner, and you're watching Moving America Forward.
This organization represents companies across our great nation that embody the spirit, dedication, know-how, and can-do attitude which has made America the great nation it is today. And now let's present the Keeping America Strong Award.
Now it's my honor to present this prestigious award to Dr. Ed Park, the founder of Recharge Biomedical of Orange County, California, for the outstanding work that this gentleman and his company are doing to help keep America moving forward. Doctor, pleasure to give this to you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's a great honor to be recognized, and I really appreciate it.
You're very, very welcome.
Thank you.
I'm William Shatner, and for all of us at Moving America Forward, thanks for watching.